Welcome.
Welcome to Shadeinthecity.
I'm Therese.
It snows.
And we are back for another episode of Married at First Sight. I believe we are on, let me scroll, episode 10 now. Yes, I got it right. We are on episode 10.
Wow, were we that far?
We are that far. That's why I was telling you today. I was like, we should be on our way out.
Episode 10. Wow.
Yeah, so we're getting closer to decision day. Yeah, no, I love you guys dropping in the comment. Thank you so much, Shade Squad. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about Elijah. And I can appreciate perspectives and opinions, and that's what we are here for. And let's see if this fool gets some sense about himself. Let's see if Jasmina stops being arguments. Let's just see what happens this episode and see where they take us on this morning. All right, y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady. You're terrible.
You're moving too slow.
We're back to our usual first couple. They like to lead off with Noy and Steve. This is a thing. So basically, they get a love basket, a care package from Dr. Viviana, right? And let me just start off to say, before I start Noy and Steve, we see the couples and they're like doing their thizzle. You know, everybody seems to be in a better place, getting along. Some of it looks a little fake and forced, but they're trying to push through it. I guess that's what marriage is, right? So basically, in the basket, they have some questions. I didn't catch all the questions. I'll give you the one that I did catch. And I'm sure Nels may be able to fill in some blanks. So the question Steve asked Noy is, what would you do if you caught me watching porn? And she says, I would get turned on. I said, go ahead, Noy. Go ahead, Noy. I said, I ain't.
And then he said that he would actually like to catch her.
It's the winner's answer. Well, depending on the type of porn that you're watching.
Oh, yeah.
People aren't shit. Yeah.
There's all types of shit out there.
Right.
And then he says that he would love to catch her in the act.
I said, some freaky mother.
Yeah, they clearly getting down. Okay, they clearly getting down. That's how they got over that argument so fast. Okay,
makeup. Yeah.
Then Viviana comes by to visit Noy and Steve, and she wants to talk about trust and intimacy. They let her know that they're enjoying each other. But they're still getting comfortable. She's still getting comfortable with him, and they discuss the noodle situation and Noy's reason.
The elephant in the room, but you could say the noodle in the room.
The noodle. Noy says that basically she reacted the way that she did because when she gets upset, she shuts down. And she does that so that she doesn't lash out and say something that, she can't take back. Are you saying this is you?
I was going to say guilty party over here.
But
when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friends, I just cuss you out and apologize the next day. Just being honest.
But she does feel horrible, that it hurt him so bad. She actually started tearing up because she was upset that she hurt him that way, and she plans to work on verbalizing her feelings without being so destructive. So then Viviana gets into what her worries are.
Oh God.
And she says that she needs like some type of concrete plan. Like, he doesn't want to work, and she wants them both to contribute. She wants to be in a relationship where they both contribute.
Can I tell y'all his response, Shade Squad? Now that I got my lips all glossed up and ready for y'all, let me tell y'all what Steve said. And this is what I told y'all in past reviews. It's a difference. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say y'all. I'm gonna just, because this person needs to take accountability. Okay. I told her this man did not want to. Oh, he's freelance. He can work when he wants.
He can.
He don't want to work.
I didn't know he was lazy.
To work. Okay.
I didn't know he was lazy.
He's over here talking to Dr. Viviana, and he's like, well, I cook and I clean all these things. He's like, and you know, you come home. Well, I mean, you already here, but still, you know, your meals are cooked and the house is clean. And
I can't promise you if I got a full-time job,
if I go
the house
to work,
would be so clean and that the food would taste as good. And she's like, I feel like that's an excuse. We can both do that. And then he's like, well, that takes trust on my end because we haven't both been doing that. And she didn't have a response, but my response to that would have been, we haven't practiced that because right now I'm the only one working. So you're the one with all the free time. Now you get a job and that's some shit that we can practice. But she lets it be known that she is not looking for a stay-at-home husband. She does not want a, what do you call it? What do you call that? I don't know. We're just gonna say stay-at-home husband.
Because he can't even do stay-at-home dad because they ain't got no kids.
Yeah. Viviana even asked, you know, what if you guys had a lot of savings? Is that something you would be okay with? And she's like, I have never envisioned my life, my husband not working. Not
okay, so y'all, let me tell y'all what's going down in the Twitter streets, because you know I always gotta drop a little tea when I see it.
The Twitter streets.
So word on the street is that the reason why Steve is so secure is clearly his parents or his family got a little bag, right? So maybe that's why Steve can, that's why when they were having a conversation, I believe it was either last episode or the episode before, and he was like, well, I have places I can go to get money. And I think that's really why, and I have a savings, and I really feel like there's somebody else's bag that he's counting on, that he feel like he got, that he can do what he wants to do and not work and travel the world and still have kids and still do all these things. And bro, you don't know how expensive kids is, but whatever. He's under the mindset that he can still do these things. And so I would think that maybe that there may be some truth to that narrative, that somewhere somebody that Steve know got some money and he may be entitled to it.
What, like an inheritance?
Not even like an inheritance. Maybe his parents just got money and we don't know. We didn't really learn anything about his family and his family's history, like Noy's, you know what I mean?
Is it wrong that if I was Noy and if that was the case, I'd be highly upset that he didn't tell me?
That you didn't just tell me that you got a little bit?
That, and I need to know.
How much?
Does that mean that you can support our family? Does that mean that I don't have to work either?
I was going to say, do I still need to go to work then?
Because, I mean, if that's the case, this conversation is dead in the water, homie. We good.
But see, as I was telling,
let's spend our last 2 weeks on this trip, homie. What are we doing here?
As I was telling Nels off camera, I said, that's the thing for me. I feel as if he would just say that, it still wouldn't be cool, because based off of Noy's background and history and her growing up in like a camp or whatever, I think that she still feels like the money can run out. So she would still want the security of having a job.
I said, not if it's more than you can earn in a lifetime. I need to know how much we talking.
That's fact.
Because if your checks is not going to equal in your lifetime to what I got, you can just go and say, fuck that job.
Fuck that job.
Fuck that.
Fuck that job.
Fuck that job. Fuck that job. So Lindsay, we catch her on FaceTime with her little girlfriend, Melanie. And they're talking about Mark. Of course, they're having girl talk and, talking about that Mark is a good guy and, that they were intimate, but he pulled back and wants more than physical. And, yeah, Lindsay is not feeling it because she's like,
he gave me that physical on the wedding night and it was everything. And that's what I want again. I want to get back to that. That was my happy place.
I don't know if she said it was everything, but basically, they haven't had sex
in. She got it after, and it was weak.
Basically, she said that they haven't had sex in 14 days, been 2 weeks, and because he's on this emotional connection, but then crawled up on top of her, took her shit off, and gave her a little quickie. And she's like, what type of emotional connection was that? What the hell? That wasn't emotional at all.
You didn't give me anything.
Nothing. And nothing, not even an orgasm, goddammit. You took care of your motherfucking self with that shit. So she told him basically, go on about your business. I'm gonna just pull out my toy because he wants some bullshit. So her friend actually lets her know, like, you move a little fast, like you need to tone it down a little bit for him. You know what I mean? Then
but she also says that Lindsay has her own speed. She has her own speed. She's just,
Yeah. So Viviana pulls up and she asks them, how do y'all feel about y'all marriage? They both just bust out laughing. I don't know what was so funny. I'm still confused about that.
Lindsay goes on to say it's dead.
But the intimacy.
Oh.
Mark basically said, like, it's been an interesting 3 weeks and they're still getting to know each other or whatever. And yes, she did say that their sex life is dead. She said, the wedding night, he told her all these things that made her feel loved and protected. And then they had sex the next day. And it was great. Well, he said it was great. And she said it wasn't bad. For a first time or whatever, but Lindsay. She was like, I thought because, he's so sensual and everything that he could handle me, but I guess not. Viviana looked mortified. She was like, do you want to have a good...
What can y'all please stop saying shit that makes me cringe when I watch it?
She was like, do you want to have a good sex life?
The belt. That's first off. Y'all hit below the belt way too often. And basically, Mark, I feel like she wanted to tell Lindsay, you need to shut up for a second. And Mark, you need to hear what she's saying, but you can't just go all the way back and you can't do the back and forth. But mainly she was like, just stop saying shit to hit below the belt. Cause they go. I was thinking when you were saying this, when you were talking about her, and I said, I don't know why, but it gives me Memphis vibes. If y'all don't watch our Before the 90 Days, I'm just saying, I should go check them out. But it gives me Memphis vibes from Before the 90 Days and how she's so degrading to Mark and how she talks about him. Like she doesn't give a fuck about how she talks
She's
about
him. A little bit worse than Memphis.
Yeah.
A little bit worse.
It's kind of, you're just broke. You just ain't got no money.
Yeah, but at least he doesn't understand.
You're right. Lindsay is worse. At
least he don't understand. You know, she was in the bathroom going the fuck off. So then it seems like Lindsay planned a fun little date, I guess. And they had a Nerf gun fight.
That was super cute.
Which was super cute. And, she said it was a great way to get out tension and have fun. And she was getting his ass. She was getting his ass good. Look, I think Mark thinks that she had like some type of personal vendetta against his ass because he was like, yo, like she just wanted to shoot me. He was like, she had some devilish laugh and she was just shooting me.
It was actually super cute though.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked if I got that nice apartment. I wouldn't have liked running around and knocking shit over and messing shit up. That's just the OCD in me. But it was cute. It was cute.
They weren't knocking stuff over.
Because, but what they would have, then somebody got to fix it. Somebody got to clean it up, and that's my problem.
So then they get the basket at their door of naughty things, and it's to build their physical intimacy. So
they got ball gags.
Yeah, and Mark is weary. He is not feeling these
these new pieces of equipment.
Yes, what did she say? Hold on. She said, so she put it in his mouth and she said that he looks like a pig at a Polynesian buffet with an apple that wouldn't go all the way in his mouth. And he really did. It was not giving. He looked crazy. There was also a candy thong that she had him put on. It seemed like she had him doing all the shit. Okay. She didn't do a goddamn thing. Okay.
Oh, she had the ball gag in her mouth.
She did it to herself. She put it in her own mouth. He had the candy thong. She put the affirmation on his forehead. That he was driven. Yeah, it was mainly him. There was something to take off a piece of clothing on your partner. She took off his shirt and took a picture of him because she said that he looked like he was hazed, but hazed by her, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
That was funny. Yeah.
He did look like he got hazed.
Dr. Viviana stops off first at Katina and Elijah, right? Because they got the biggest problems out of everybody. Elijah is dead set on, bitch, you are going to cook and clean for me. You going to show me all this lazy bullshit. Not saying that you're lazy. I'm just saying what Elijah said. I'm just alleged. So
you're just quoting him.
So basically, Dr. Viviana hears about the food and the cooking, and she asks, did he not eat before he was married? I said, yes. Where have you been, Dr. Viviana? We've been waiting for somebody, a voice of reason, to come in and tell this man. And even then, he was defensive in that right. Well, no, but this is just something that's really important to me. And it's important to me. And he continues to say that. And she's
because like, now I have a wife.
And so she keeps trying to get around that because she's like, okay, that's not the it. What is the it for you, Elijah Wan? Because you keep talking about, and you never made this a thing when you sat down with us. What is the it for you? We finally learned that what we learned while we were on the honeymoon. He just wants basically Katina to speak up for herself. He wants to know, he wants her to be vulnerable. He wants her to feel like she's emotionally invested. And I think that's why even last episode, he mentions that she doesn't cry. And so he feels like I'm doing all these things as a man. I'm not defending him because I know a lot of y'all is mad out there at Elijah and want his head. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying I can understand where he's coming from, where he's like, I'm doing all of these things that most men don't really do or take for granted that their wife or their girlfriend would appreciate. And I'm doing this for you to spark some type of emotion. And I'm not getting that from you.
What he said was, I feel like I'm giving 100% and I get no reaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy because as he was saying it, she literally gave no reaction.
Yeah.
He was teary-eyed. I mean,
yeah, he was.
I don't really give a fuck about that because while she was talking and she was teary-eyed talking about how he called her lazy and that he was too harsh with his words, he looked aggravated as fuck. He looked so unbothered, like he did not give a fuck. So when he came across and said how he felt and how he feels like he's giving 100% and not getting any type of reaction, not getting anything in return, she was just like, but she still she didn't look like she gave a reaction, but with her words, basically she did say, she's gonna work on it. She's gonna try to open up more and
that's also, let me just say, it's also hard. It's hard to want to go do those things for a motherfucker, especially after you sat here and talked shit about me like you did. And now you want me to go do something for you?
But she did, y'all. She did. She said she is wooing her husband.
And
okay. And apparently he has been talking about having a movie night, but he, I think he works 2 jobs or maybe 2 shifts or something like that. So he's always tired. He doesn't really have the time, but it's something he's been talking about for a long time. And she got the little popcorn cartons, the candy, even though he really don't eat it or whatever, but she planned a movie night for them. And he was so appreciative. I felt it.
And it was something I felt it because you know what? It's one of those things where it was something it took probably so little, but it was something so small, but it was the thought that meant everything.
But that's clearly what he had been referring to. Like he said, okay, like I see that you listen, like you're listening to me when I speak. He praised her. He was so impressed. He loved it. I felt the love.
He couldn't stop talking about it. Yeah, like really she was like, okay, you want to watch the movie, and he just couldn't stop talking about like you really put thought into this, like you listened to me, you heard me, and I was like, okay, y'all redeeming yourselves. It's okay. Yeah.
That was a really dope scene.
You was about to have people come for our head for defending you. I'm glad that you made it. Got it right, brother.
Apparently, Mike and Jasmina, they get their questions, and he asked, what can I do better in this marriage? And she says, just talk to me, like throughout the day, just, little conversations. And, it adds up, like it, can make for a bigger conversation. Just, just talks to me. And he says to her that he just wants her to listen and understand and know that I'm not your enemy. I'm here for you. I love you. I am not your enemy. They talk about embarrassing stories. Apparently there was a period story that she told, that I guess that the kids would play a prank on a new girl in school and make them believe that they had their period and cover them and then pull away, like, their ass would show with blood all over it. And Mike, so apparently he's known as the pee-pee boy in school. He was 6, he had to pee, and the teacher wouldn't let him go until the story was over. And he's like, bitch, I'm gonna show you. And just sat there and just pissed. So, but what was funny about this scene was he couldn't even get the fucking story out. Soon as Jasmina heard pee-pee boy, she just started laughing. She just kept on laughing. He couldn't even get the whole goddamn story out. She just thought it was fucking hilarious. So Viviana stops by, and I thought it was so cute. They made her a welcome sign.
They did.
They had a welcome sign sitting on the table that said, welcome, Viviana. So she is there to talk about their trust level when it comes to intimacy. And they let her know, like, there's no physical intimacy. They don't kiss, they don't hold hands, they don't do anything, which is crazy to me, because I actually feel like they have chemistry. So you would think, I mean, I know that they get into their arguments, but they have chemistry. So you would think that they do at least kiss. Like, the fuck? So Jasmina lets it be known that, like, that she cannot have physical intimacy without an emotional and mental connection. Basically, her coochie is not getting wet for somebody she don't have a connection with. So, Mike, I think you better hop on that, okay? She Viviana lets her know like she needs to create a safe space so that Mike feels comfortable talking to her, because now every time he speaks to her, she says like, oh, he's being aggressive, he's being loud, and he's talking at me and not talking to me. So he doesn't feel safe speaking to her now because everything is an attack on her, which I can understand. And for Mike, Viviana suggested journaling his thoughts so that he can get out everything that he wants to say. It doesn't make him frustrated because he has everything, and then he can share it with Jasmina. So after Viviana leaves, he lets her know, like, I think us writing down our thoughts and everything is a great idea. I think journaling is a good idea. And Jasmina's like, well, that's something that you can take part in. But I'm good. Yeah, I can vocalize my shit. And he's like, well, you're making it seem like
something that we could do together.
Yeah, and you're making it seem like it's a me issue. This is not just a me issue. It's something that we've never tried. So I thought.
And he said, and I thought because we can never finish talking to each other without interrupting each other. You bring up that happened one time, and now I said, Jesus Christ, Jasmina. Jesus Christ.
Then she feels the need to take a minute. She goes to the hallway. They talk her down a little bit. And she comes back with a whole entire attitude. She's like, I'm just saying that there's other options and we can have adult conversation. My thing is, weren't y'all trying to have adult conversation this whole entire time and it hasn't been working? This is why he wants to try something new.
Exactly, because he clearly can't talk to you.
He specifically
said, no, but that's all she says. Talk to me. Just talk to me. It's that gaslighting. But
everything is aggressive.
Gaslighting for me. That pisses me off. It's the gaslighting.
Basically, at the end of the day, look, Michael said, look, I am not talking in circles. Okay. You keep on going back. I am trying to work on the present, not what the fuck just happened and what the issue was. I am trying to fix it now. Basically, he said, I am saying fuck journaling if that's what you want to do. And we can go with what you want, which is checking in and saying, are you done yet? Which I would think would come up disrespectful in a conversation. But if that's what she wants, I would think that would come off aggressive. But who the fuck am I?
I feel like she'll find a problem with that anyway, but we'll see. Noy decides to take the ladies for aerial yoga.
This is something we got to do. We need to do this.
I'm definitely.
I'm about to Google it while you do this.
Probably won't be filming it because I'll probably fall on my ass a couple times. But it looks like a lot of fun, and yeah, that's all I really got from girls yoga. But
okay, let me dive in here a little bit, okay? So first of all,
somebody did their homework. Somebody did the assignment.
You were the one with the essay, and you ain't got shit on your paper. Don't you dare turn that shit in.
All right. But I was hoping.
So first of all, aerial yoga, if you can see the pictures, apparently, I guess maybe it's some type of thick cloth and you kind of do flips and swing or whatever in the air. I thought it was hilarious. Katina is upside down, look like she can't get out the shit. She looking like Batman. I don't know what the fuck she got going on. What's her face? What's that girl's name? Lindsay lets us know that her and Katina have actually been getting along, and she feels like that it's now, since Alyssa's no longer there. She don't want to say nothing, but she don't want to jinx nothing, but she is happy that they can be in the same space, have conversation, and she felt like I guess Alyssa was like the dark cloud, but we all felt like Alyssa was the dark cloud, but so Jasmina thinks that she broke her coochie. I guess that would be you, Trace, flipping upside down all around. Probably thinking you broke your coochie. So the ladies all talk about whether they miss dating or not. And Noy says no. She doesn't miss dating, but she does miss the chase a little bit. You know, women like to be wooed, so she misses the chase.
Lindsay said she being wooed.
What'd you say?
I said Lindsay says she missed being wooed.
Look at you. Look at you. You got a little something.
I remembered something off the book.
Katina says that, you know, she doesn't miss dating, but she does like waking up next to someone. And if if you remember, I think she's never lived with a man before. So this is all new to her. So she's loving this.
She's loving it.
And yes, Lindsay does miss dating. Because she likes to be wooed. She likes to be, pursued. But she does like that, she's getting some D now. She's getting some act right. She lets us know that it definitely helps with her attitude. So really, that's probably really the reason why her and Katina's getting along, because, she been getting some act right and she getting her life together. Jasmina. She basically tells the ladies that she told Michael that, all these problems started because of his goddamn mouth. Lady, the problems in your relationship started because of his mouth. Now, I don't know what started it initially, okay? But if it started because of something he said or the way he said, ma'am, all them times that you said you was going to start over, you ready to start over and start fresh, you clearly didn't, because you holding on to that shit.
Okay. Ain't letting nothing go.
Yeah. Also, they wanted Jasmina to rate her marriage, and she wouldn't do it. She refused to do it, but they asked her, would she be willing to say yes if she was at an 8 on decision day? And she said, yeah, she would say yes if she was at an 8 on decision day. But I want to know where the fuck she at now. God damn it.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, maybe I didn't catch that, but I was like, I don't think she ever said it.
Yeah, she didn't. So it looks like the guys, they went to go play hockey, which is some shit I have no interest in doing. Now, the aerial yoga I do, the hockey, yeah, you can say, you can keep that. Steve lets the guys know he dropped the L-bomb. Okay. And that Noy was super excited about it, super happy. And, he's happy. He's glad that he did. But Mark is discussing his relationship with Lindsay, and he lets the guys know that if they're referring to a scale, she's about a 9 when it comes to effort and, things she's done for him. But as far as respect and listening to him, she's like a 6. And I don't disagree. I would actually give her lower.
That's pretty on point.
I would have gave her lower, but you are her husband. You see her every day. I don't. It's just on TV. And Elijah tells the guys that initially, it was like a 4 out of 10, but now it's like an 8 out of 10. So, they're fluctuating and they're definitely making a connection. He's feeling better about their relationship. He's super happy now. And Michael says that he was a 2. It was a 2 for him at one point. He didn't think that it was going to be this hard, and he raised their marriage a 7. So if he raised it a 7 and it takes her to be an 8 on decision day to say yes, maybe she is a 7 also. They got to be close to an 8, both of them.
Well, Noy and Steve.
So, what are you saying?
I said Noy and Steve got their little dirty game.
Yes, 5 senses exercise is what I wrote down.
Oh, okay. Well, you got the proper name for it. I ain't mad at it. Go
ahead. It's to help them get out of their comfort zone, and apparently it does, because
they got all up outside of their comfort zone.
They got to take a body shot, and apparently Miss Noisy Noy doesn't know what a body shot is.
Never had a body shot. I was shocked.
Okay, I'm not shocked that she hasn't had one, but you don't know what it is. Even Steve ain't believe that. Okay. He ain't believe that. So she's kind of like, acting on prissy, acting on like weird and stuff. Girl, bye. You suck that man from head to toe. All right. Let's not. Okay. He tells her, you can either put it in my belly button or put a shot glass there. And the way she took that shot glass, put the whole thing in her goddamn mouth, it looked like it was about to get stuck down her throat. Okay. You gonna say you ain't, girl, stop it.
Ain't fooling nobody.
And look, she got down there. He's talking about just open wide. Ma'am, why you on here trying to act like you don't know what you're doing? Look, even Steve was like, yeah, basically, I think she's just trying to act innocent, because
he don't want to believe his wife is for the streets, but
we know better. We know better. So basically, they talk about their intimate fantasy. And his is so basic. He just wants
to take a shower together
and wash each other up with soap and water. I would think that's some everyday shit. Like, even like Noy laughs. Miss, I don't know what a body shot is. She laughed. Like, yeah, he just wants to take a shower and wash.
And she's like, with soap and water. That seems like all he wants to do.
Sir.
Okay. Just think you want to have sex in the shower. It's so much more. It's so easy. It's so much easier.
Noy's fantasy is having sex in public. Well, she said in a semi-public place. I don't know what the fuck that means. That you're either in your house or you're out.
It's like a movie theater. An empty.
That's public.
An empty movie theater.
It's still public.
So it's like you can get caught, but you really are trying not to get caught.
It's still a public place.
Versus like on a hiking trail and you hope nobody walks by while you're fucking.
Those are both still public places.
I do it in public places, so I
no, I mean, I did back in the day. I
gotta live.
I ain't trying. Look, I got kids at home. I ain't trying to go to jail for the night. Look, I got a whole bed and whole house that I can do that shit in. Okay, like
you gotta live a little. You gotta keep it spicy.
You want to get fancy? Look, we can. Let me not. Basically, he says that he enjoys helping someone fulfill their fantasy. See.
Her fantasy.
Is this why you was in all these relationships, sir? Is this why you was in all these relationships? What was it, 5?
Yeah.
You was out here fulfilling bitches' fantasies.
And that's fine, but her ultimate fantasy is for you to get a job, fulfill that.
It is. And he is worried about her expectation that Noy has for him because he don't want to work, man. He don't want no job, man.
He don't. So basically, I mean, I think the only thing that we got from the ending of Lindsay and Mark is that she comes back from obviously girls' night and they're just discussing how everything went, girls' night and boys' night. And then she just tells him that she needs to be wooed a little bit. Mark says that she will get wooed when the time is right. And basically she's like, well, TikTok, motherfucker. Yeah. And so that was it. But here's my thing. Did he not woo you when he took you to the sushi restaurant that he don't even eat sushi and eat those things? Was that not wooing you?
Okay. I guess that would be, and it was thoughtful, right? But me personally, I would prefer that you came up with like an idea or a plan or something to do something for me without it being on a card or an exercise or someone else's idea.
I guess, yeah.
But no, that was perfect. That was amazing for the exercise. But when we talk about being wooed, we're not just talking about like take me out to dinner. I'm talking about like, can you just come home like with some flowers or just randomly leave me a card or, like little thoughtful shit. It doesn't even have to really be you spending money. Like it could just be you sending me, like leaving me like a little note. Hey, have a great day or whatever. Just like some little shit. You know what I mean? So no, I mean, that was great. but it was also someone else's idea.
Got
Not the actual thing, but you know, to do it was someone else's idea.
Got it. Okay,
So,
that makes sense. That makes sense. So no, I mean, Mark and Lindsay seem like they are trying to get a little bit closer. I don't know if they're gonna get smashing again, but they seem like they trying to get there.
well, she says she getting an act right now. She might be referring to that quickie. So who knows? Elijah want to get their baskets, and it's for them to focus on trust and intimacy. We find out that Katina has been a dominant one in her past relationship, and she don't like that shit. She don't fuck with that shit. She don't want to do that shit no more.
I've been the dominant in one relationship, and the way she said it, she didn't fuck with some motherfucker that was really into S&M, and she was the dominant one, and she really did not like that shit. And only because I've been there, I don't like it.
You know, he was in the S&M. I did not hear that. Are you just assuming? Are you assuming that it was S&M?
What, about Katina or my shit?
Yes. No, about Katina. I know you know your shit.
Okay. Katina, I'm just assuming. I don't know. That's what it gives me. The way she was like, that is not my thing. I was like, yeah, I feel you, girl.
Oh, you want to be the one that's tied up and gagged?
Yeah.
Well, she was dominant in this scene here with Elijah Wan. She put a collar, a leash on him, was spanking his ass. And she put on some cute little sexy little outfit with like little mask and shit. Look, Elijah Wan said, look, these might be the outfits that go down in. Okay, because Elijah was feeling that shit. I don't give a damn what nobody said. He was giving her a massage, and he felt like, she really let down her defenses, and she opened up to him, and he loved it. He loved every minute of it. He was like, she loosened up, and she then went to put some liquor in a cup, put it in his belly button. He like, oh, she really trying to get nasty. Really? This motherfucker picked her up, took her to the room, and flung her ass on the bed. I think they did some shit that night.
Oh, I think so too.
It wouldn't surprise me. Jasmina and Mike are doing tantric yoga. And because of this scene, now this is something that Trace is
adamant
super interested in.
I gotta find it. I don't give a damn if I have to go to Boston to do it. I'm gonna do it.
She is not going to Boston to do no damn tantric.
I would damn sure do it if it. You know me, if I really want to do something, I would put me and my man on a plane and be like, baby, surprise, we're gonna go do, and he
just to go do some tantric yoga.
He might be mad at it, but yeah, I would. I would, but he might be mad. Like, this is what we came here for. It ain't even hot, sexy, or sunny, and you brought me out here to do some damn yoga. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so
I guess I should try to find it in Miami first.
So they are sitting super close to each other, and Jasmina says it feels good sitting close to him and letting him receive her. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about, okay? But she said she can definitely see herself being intimate with him. And this was just like, it was given like Elijah Wan and Katina. Like, this was very sexy.
Yeah, she was combing out his beard.
Well, that was later on.
Oh, okay.
But, basically they I don't know. There was just a vulnerability. It was just sexy. Okay. It was just sexy. So basically, they get into a conversation, and he says, he wishes that he trusts her more. But after more conversations, he believes that he'll feel that she's not being defensive and she's actually trying to understand him. But I think she's actually really being defensive. But I think he's hoping to get to a place where he doesn't feel like she's being defensive. And she says, she wants to be fully vulnerable with him, but sometimes she feels like he doesn't care. So it's hard to open up and share that side of herself. We got to give a claps to Jasmina because she took some accountability here. Okay.
Full circle in one episode. Thank God. Because
yes.
I read her for filth until I saw this whole episode.
Basically, she let him know that she understands why he feels like she comes off defensive. And it's not fully his fault why they get into the arguments and have the fights that they do. And this is his first time ever hearing her take any accountability, ever hearing her say anything
you,
like this.
You.
Exactly. Now, when they get back to the house, yes. So he's standing at the doorway of the bathroom, combing his beard. And she's like, come here, let me
she's trying to get
comb your beard.
Cream out that she got his mouth, and it was
that's right. She put whipped cream. They was playing a little trust game, and he was blindfolded, and she put way too much whipped cream in his mouth. And he's like, yo, that this is supposed to be about trust. So now he's like, yo, look, you done fuck me up with the
levels of trust.
Exactly, with this whipped cream shit. Now you want me to come to you and let you comb my beard? But he did. And apparently it's super smooth, that we like men that take care of their beards. Go Michael. And I don't know, it was just a cute little moment. You know, she wanted her praise for not interrupting him. And she's like, give me 5. And he's like, nah, homie. You got to do more. I need like a month of that. She's like, small wins. She tricked his ass into open up his hand and giving her a fucking high five. And this scene actually was kind of like Trace. This is some shit Trace would have did. For sure. He was like, oh, I hate that you think you're funny. And she was like, well, I hate that you fell for it. But Trace, she would have been like, I hate that you don't know that I'm funny. Trace really related to this damn scene right here.
You didn't know? Why did you ever? You laugh, don't you? So thank you guys. I thought we saw such, we had some difficulties, but I thought we were, getting over these humps. And then I see the previews, and then I realized there's gonna be more shit coming.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is what marriage is, right? It's always some shit. So, but thank you guys so much for joining us. Please make sure that before you head out, you like,
you comment,
you subscribe,
and hit the notification bell.
And just want to say thank you guys, because I just got the notification that we just passed 131. So we are still growing and glowing. I didn't get a chance to share with Nell, so might as well just share it on air. But yes, so thank you guys for continuing to support us and helping our Shade Squad community grow. We love you, and we will catch you next week for another episode of Married at First Sight. Good night.
Mwah.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!